Alright, so far what you've learned about is a single if statement, which is just it checks one single condition, but sometimes you want multiple conditions to check. So what I've done here is I've written some pseudocode, some informal instructions. Well, okay, let's be technical. It's more structured English than either of those. But anyways, look, I've written some instructions in code comments that I'm going to translate into Visual Basic. And basically, this is going to be a program that's going to help drivers who are going out when it's cold. All right, so I've written this in Fahrenheit, which 32 Fahrenheit is the same as 0 degrees Celsius. So hopefully that kind of straightens that out for you. Think of it that way. Now, there's a couple of things here that you don't need to know about. I'm just going to fill those in quickly, so I'm not going to bother too much describing what they're going to do. So because we are getting input from the user, we're going to prompt the user. We're going to say, please enter a valid temperature. So hopefully they're going to enter a number, and we're going to read that number from the console, and we're going to store it in a variable called int temp, because it's going to be an integer, and it's holding a temperature. Okay, so far we've done a single if statement, all right, and basically it's much like this. If the response, so if the temperature is over 32, so it's above 0 degrees Celsius, print enjoy the ride. Okay, so now if we run that, I should be able to see, here it is. It's so far we're sitting right at this line here as the code is running. It's waiting for us to type in something and press the enter key, and as soon as I press the enter key, the value I enter will be put in int temp. So in this case, I'm going to type in 33 because we know that, whoops. Okay, so I forgot to put in a read line there. Anyways, if I push play and I enter 33, because we know that according to this, 33 is greater than 32, so this should in fact run. So you go enjoy the ride, press enter to continue. So because 33 is greater than 32, this line was executed, and then it went on to read these lines as well. So press the enter key to end. And we'll just test it with 30, because we know that 30 is less than 32. So notice that that line of code does not read, which is why it just goes, well, 30 is not greater than 32. So it jumps down and it just immediately executes this line of code and then waits for you to push enter. Right, so next thing is we want to have multiple conditions. So not only do we want to check if the condition is greater than 32, but we also want to see if the condition is 32, or if it's over 0, or if it is 0, or anything else. All right, so let me show you how to do that. So all I've done is I've added in an else if temp equals 32, and what this is going to do is it's going to say if int temp is greater than 32, do this. Well, if this is true, it will only execute this line, and then it will jump down and start executing these lines after. It will never execute this line here if this condition is true. However, if this condition is false, well, then it'll go down and it'll ask, is temp 32? And if this is true, it will execute that. However, is there a number where both of these will fail and nothing will execute? Well, let's have a look. So first off, we'll do 33. All right, because we know that 33 will make this first condition true. So it says, enjoy the ride. Right, press enter to continue. Now the other condition is 32. Well, let's see what happens if we type in 32. So 32, and you'll see there's the warning sign. So it's actually skipped over this line and it's executed this line of code here. See, warning, 32 degrees, watch for icy patches. And notice, and nowhere does it say enjoy the ride. Oh, that should be a capital E while I'm thinking of it. Nope. Alright. Okay. So, now, what happens if I type in 30? What do you think is going to happen? Well, let's find out. Absolutely nothing. So neither of these conditions are true. Alright, so it checks this and it says, well, that fails, and it goes down here. Well, int temp does not equal 32, so that fails. So it jumps down here and starts executing the code afterwards. Alright, so we can do that for multiple conditions. So here you have a series of else-if statements. So we're checking this condition if temperature is greater than 32, if it equals 32, if it's greater than 0, if it equals 0. Well, what if it's less than 0? And this is what the otherwise statement is. So basically, the otherwise statement is an else statement. And basically, what this does is it says if there's any other temperatures, any other possible conditions, execute in this spot here. Console.writeLine and if it's that cold, it is wicked cold. Alright, so if you want to have a play with this, I'll copy and paste this code into your OneNote. You can copy and paste it into Visual Studio and have a play with it. See if you can break it. And just have a play with it and see if you can get each one of these conditions to execute. Alright. Other than that, I got nothing else. So, good luck.